Welcome to class today. I am coming to you with some new equipment. I have some new mics and a new gimbal that helps me with movement when I'm doing videos, so like you guys can get the full extension and follow me around as I move. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. First of all, I wanted to kind of start with a lesson. I am here in nature today because at least over the last couple of weeks or 3 weeks, I've really felt like I've hit a lot of roadblocks. In, let's see, late April, I had a lot of energy. I was doing a lot of things. I was making moves, and energetically, I had a lot of energy. I was really feeling the progression of things and sticking with my guns on trying to get things completed, things that I've left over the years or the months, and really just trying to progress. And so I guess the last 2 or 3 weeks, everything I do, I'm just hitting these roadblocks. And even today, I was supposed to go to a retreat, and my van wouldn't start. So I'm here outside of my RV and continuing on with the work, right? And the work being yoga and meditation. So the lesson is that I'm really not mad. I kind of actually been feeling like something was going to happen. Really didn't feel like going and doing stuff, kind of tired. So this is going to be kind of a slow flow practice, honoring my body. Although I might speed it up if the mosquito starts to get to me, because they're pretty vicious out here in Texas. So so the lesson is that even though we hit roadblocks, that doesn't mean that we need to go away from our practice. And that practice is that of what we need to keep us healthy and happy and balanced. And part of my practice is yoga and meditation, so that's what we're going to do. I want to know, just to try to get you guys talking on the platform, what do you feel like has been blocking you? Do you feel like once you have something happen in your life, whether that is something on the material plane, like a car breaking down or an injury, or if that's something in the mental plane, meaning like you feel like you're pushing and pushing and pushing and things don't go your way. Of those things that are happening in your life right now, what do you feel those things are? And we'll come to the second part of that later on. So if this is something that you want to journal about, great. If not, let's just start our practice. So we're going to start in standing. Obviously, I don't have any of my equipment that I needed, so I made a little makeshift platform. It's not the best balancing, but maybe that'll help me with my core. Okay, so let's take a breath. Let out all the stress that we have, any tension that has built up, and check into our bodies for just a couple of moments. Feel what's happening. And really just start to tap into that natural rhythm of the breath. Sometimes things just don't go away. And humans, especially from what I've seen as a massage therapist, is they hold on to this physical tension within their body. So the breath is the catalyst to help us release that. So as we breathe in, let's try to release the shoulders down. This helps us to physically release that tension. Then we're going to bring our arms up above our head, reach up as high as you can, reaching to the sky. You know, with my day that didn't go the way I planned, at least it's not hot. It's a nice overcast day, although there is mosquitoes. I'm not going to be sweating my ass off. Let's forward fold all the way down. Release your head, your neck, your shoulders. And I am going to have to spray myself really quick. I thought I was going to get away with it, but try to stay clean. I hate the way the stuff makes me smell. But these mosquitoes are, whew. Okay. So come up out of that forward fold, lift the arms up above the head. This time we're going to push through the hips and arch back a little bit. And then we'll move through that forward fold again. You can swan dive if that's what you want. Release the head, the neck, and the shoulders. And we'll do that a couple of times. Bringing the arms up, pushing the hips through, and then flowing all the way back down. Just adding movement to our bodies. I'll just keep going. I'm going to put my hair up. And then we're going to start to incorporate those knees. So we're going to bend the knees so we can get that long stretch, drop the butt, and then come all the way back up. Making sure to release your head and your neck when you go forward. Couple more rounds. Remember to pay attention to your body. So if you feel pain in your neck or around your hips, know that you don't have to do the full extension. Yoga really is about becoming more intuitive to what's happening in your body. Come up into standing. We're going to interlace the fingers. Lift the palms up to the sky, and you can kind of move your hips from side to side. And then we're going to go with our hands in front of us, forward, pushing the palms out. Again, if this hurts your back, don't put yourself in a position that doesn't feel good. And then lift up and lifting through the palms. So you're pushing the palms up. Release the hands and step out a little bit. And then we'll take the left arm across, stretching. Ooh. Releasing the side body. So for this one, you don't want to cave in. You want to keep your body nice and straight. Expanding all these muscles under the arm and the rib cage. Take the right arm across. Same thing. So something I've noticed, because I'm not teaching normal weekly classes, is that some of my compression of my disc is causing pain in my neck. So you know, that's a testament for how great yoga is for decompressing. We're just switching sides, decompressing the spine and the discs. Make sure to breathe. We're not trying to hold on to anything. And then we're going to just kind of make circles. So big arms, and you're just going to kind of go around like you're holding a big ball. Doesn't matter the direction because we're going to go both ways. And go the opposite direction. Back to the middle and up. We're going to open the arms, big chest, pushing the shoulders back, trying to squeeze the shoulder blades. And then we'll round forward, bringing the fingers together. And then open up again, big chest. Making sure I'm recording. Okay. All right, so take the legs a little bit wide, and hands are going to go to the top of the knees. You're going to squat, dropping your bottom down. So this is going to stretch the inner thigh. You can move a little bit side to side, or you can hang out there and release the bottom down. This is really great for the inner thigh, the groin, the hip flexors. Now, this might be as far as you can go, but if you can take it down even further, that's even better. So you might want to bring your feet in a little bit. I'm going to drop all the way into frog pose or malasana. And there's a couple of things you can do here. You can use blocks or a chair or a pillow. Let's see. This thing. Let me fix this device here. It's not wanting to work with me. There we go. So you can bring your feet out in front of you. I'm sorry, I lost my track. So you could bring your arms out in front of you, or you can use a pillow or a chair or blocks. Or you could even place your hands on the inside, using your elbows to balance you. Just relaxing your bottom down. This feels really nice, and it also helps to stretch those hip flexors. It also works on the tendons around the knees. But like I said, if you can't do this, you can hang out here, which is also good. And then we'll come all the way back up. All right. Take a deep breath, recenter yourself while I recenter. My technology. Okay. All right. So now we're going to kind of pliate a little bit. So we're going to lift up and then squat a little bit. Up and down. This is a gentle opening of the knee joint, okay? This is really good to do if you have knee pain and you're trying to work and strengthen all the tendons and ligaments that surround the knees. It's also a good like meditative breath work too, because you can expand and contract. You can almost visualize the breath as you move through it. Okay, good. Now, bring the feet together. And I'm going to show you this from both ways. We're going to go down into a forward fold. And then we'll take the right knee in. The left arm is going to come up. Eyes and head are going to look up at that hand in the sky. Making sure to keep the left leg as straight as you can. This helps to lengthen the hamstring. And then we're going to reverse that. Bend the left knee in, right arm comes up, keeping the right leg straight. You might feel that on your glutes or the back of your leg, maybe even in the knee. Come back to the middle, and then we're going to round our spine as we lift up, nice and slow. We're going to do that one more time. I'm going to show you from a different view. So I'm going to turn just to the side. You can stay in the same position. So we go down into forward fold, hinging at the hips. And then you bend that right knee in, lift up the left arm. Let your eyes follow that hand. This also helps to stretch the neck. Left leg is straight. Breathing into the stretch. We're going to switch to the other side. So left knee comes in, right leg is straight, right arm comes up. Right hand in the sky, and your eyes are looking up at your fingertips. Take a breath. Good. All right, come back to the middle. Now we're going to straighten our spine. So we're going to put our fingertips to our toe tips, or if you can't reach that far, you can find somewhere on your legs. What I want you to do is drop your belly in, straighten your spine, and just imagine you have a line from the tip or the crown of your head to your tailbone. So you're going to straighten your spine. Pull your core in. Drop all the way back into that forward fold. Release the head and the neck. Come back up into standing. All right. Now we're going to do a couple of warriors. So let's take that left foot out in front of us. Bend your knee. Right foot is turned out to the side. Warrior one. So those palms face each other as we lift up. For me, I'm looking up into the treetops. And all the nature sounds happening around me too. Hopefully the microphones are picking that up. Okay, from here we're going to come down onto that knee with our elbow. So this is the beginners. If you want to take it deeper, you can take that arm all the way down to the floor. It's up to you. You can also use a block here. I'm going to keep my arm on my elbow, but I'm going to lift my right arm up. Again, I'm looking up at my fingertips. I'm going to lift all the way back up. Bear with me because I'm on this unsteady surface. So you'll pull back up through Warrior One, but then you're going to turn out to Warrior Two. You want to make sure you have that, remain to have that knee bent in front. Take the front palm up. Oh, yeah, that's a nice stretch. Come all the way back up. We're going to switch sides. So all you can do is just turn and face your right foot forward. Put that bend in the knee. And then the left foot is tweaked out. Lifting the arms up. Palms facing each other. You want that bend in the knee. From here, we take the elbow down or go all the way down to the floor if you want. Left arm is up. Still keeping that bend in the knee. Looking up at the hand. I'm glad this is a 30-minute class. Not because I don't love y'all, but because the mosquitoes are getting me. We come back up to Warrior One. And then we just switch to Warrior Two. So dropping those arms in front, the arm in front and the arm in the back, keeping them on the straight line. Keep the bend in your knee. Lift up the hand. Back hand comes on the back leg, just resting. There's no pressure there. Come all the way back up into standing. Okay, now we're going to go down to the ground. This is a low lunge, so your knee will be on the ground. Right leg is forward, and you're just pushing forward. So I'm going to show you this from the other angle. So you have the bend in your knee, and you're just pushing forward. So hands can stay on top of the knees. You can lift the arms up. You can rest them on the knee. You can open up. You can even do cactus arms, whatever feels good. This is stretching the psoas and the hip flexors. Really good for tight hips. When you release down, we're going to shift. So you just lift the front foot up, flexing the foot, bringing the head to the knee. Let's go forward one more time. Again, put your hands wherever you want. Remember to push diagonally towards the ground so you can get a nice stretch on the hip. And then we're just going to switch sides. So you can just place your hands on the ground and then turn and face the other direction. Left foot comes out. Pushing. So you want to be on the top of your back knee. And you're just pushing forward diagonally and down. You'll feel your body kind of naturally go into that groove. Again, you can use blocks here if you need to. You can put your arms in many places. Really find what works for you. And then we shift back, flexing the toe, bringing the head to the knee. Or towards the knee. I know I'll get a lot of laughs in classes because people think I'm crazy for trying to tell you to bring your head to your knee. It'll happen over time, guys. It's all about gaining flexibility a little bit, a little bit, a little bit each practice. But consistency is important. It's just like learning anything. Let's go back forward one more time. Get that nice stretch on the psoas. I think that's one of the most learned lessons in anything that I've done in life. I always believe I can do something. Now, am I going to be good at it? Maybe not. Maybe not the best, but I know I can learn something, and that's important. The other thing is being consistent when you're trying to learn something like an instrument or a skill that really takes, it includes very detailed things, or learning music, which is like a whole other language. Come back out of that. We're going to sit and bring your feet forward into cobbler pose. Oh, another thing I want to know is what areas of the body do you feel like you need the most work? And I'll create some classes that are specifically focused on that. Right now I'm kind of floating around and doing sort of what my daily practice is. So you're going to put your feet together, pull them into your body. So let me know what you need to work on. Take a breath in as you bring your chest nice and high. On the exhale is when we release the air, go forward. This is another pose that there's a lot of tightness in the hips. So if you feel like your knees are pretty high up, you can opt to place your hands on the inside of your knees and kind of push out as you lean forward. That adds like a gentle weight to your hips so they just don't feel like they're flailing up. Release the head and the neck. Come back up. Now, this is another option. Since I don't have the best platform, I'm going to show you an option to get that same stretch that you would in pigeon. But this is called fire log. So think about how people stack logs on top of each other, and so your legs are going to be like that. Your knee is over your foot and your foot is over your knee. Doesn't matter which side you do first, because we're going to do both sides. And we kind of do that same thing when we pull in the breath, and on the exhale we just kind of roll forward, releasing air in our abdomen so we can go further in front of us. Release your head and your neck. So you might feel that in your knee, you might feel that in your hip. But this is just another option if you don't have a lot of space to work with and you're still trying to get your workout. Oh, there's a gentle breeze that feels nice. Generally, you want to stay in any of the stretches that you're involving the hips a little bit longer, just because there's a lot of tension that gets stored. We use our hips a lot more than we know. Let's switch sides. So now we're going to take the other leg on top, kind of stack them again, breath in. So breathing in. Exhale as we go forward. You'll definitely notice if one side feels tighter than the other, or if you're a little bit out of alignment. Maybe there's some muscles that are tighter on one side than the other. Coming back up. take the legs out. This is going to be the last pose. Actually, we'll do a couple more things. So we're going to take our hands out towards our ankles, roll forward, try to reach your feet, grab your ankles. Another great inner thigh stretch. Try to keep the knees straight. Let's come all the way back up. We're going to lay back onto our backs. Pull the knees into the chest. Squeeze. So if you want a deeper stretch, you can actually grab down towards your ankles and pull up. But you're trying to pull the knees up towards the chest. Breathe out so you can get that full squeeze in. And then just lift the knees up a little bit, and we're going to just take the legs from side to side. You can place your hands down if you want. Try to get that twist on the back. And so I'm going to leave you with some thoughts before we move into Shavasana, is that things are not always going to go your way. Most certainly they will not. So don't try to fixate on how things are supposed to be perfect, that there's going to be perfect timing. And don't get upset when your plans don't go the way they should. Usually there's a good reason. And in my case, I've been needing to do some work on my van. And Source is like, you gonna get that done because you ain't going nowhere. So don't be hard on yourself. Accept that you got to do stuff. Accept that there's going to be changes in your plan. Accept that there's a beauty in things not always going as planned, because maybe you meet somebody new. Maybe you have a new experience. Maybe you get some shit done that you've been putting off. I know that's my case. But there's always a way, and you need to learn to adjust to things. That helps things be a little bit less stressful in your life. Don't be hard. We do yoga because we want to become more flexible, not just in our bodies, but in our minds. So bring your feet down. You can take your legs out all the way if you want to, or keep your knees up. Let's take a couple of breaths as we think about those things. You know, I asked you at the beginning, where do you feel like you have some resistance in your life? And what do you think now that Source is trying to tell you? What do you think needs to happen or needs to be done? Sometimes it's just, we need to stop. We need to stop and just rest. Do nothing. Take a few breaths here. Nice big inhales and exhales. So we bring ourselves out of our practice and into our world. Just take a few seconds to just breathe. So you can continue to stay here if you like, but I'm going to end the video. As you move forward into your day, remember to be love, be kind, not just to everybody, but also to yourself. Until next time, namaste.